Alright guys, we have 2013 Ford F-150, and the problem on this vehicle is the wheel. It doesn't turn left or right. Okay, it's very hard to turn it around. Basically, after diagnosing, the problem came up to be pretty common. It's completely this part right here. This is a rack and pinion. Basically, it's an electronic unit that controls by this computer right here, and it's connected to your main computer. This is what controls it here. What happens, it gets water moisture in it sometimes, and it stops working. So as you can see, this area is all sealed and this part is sealed, so water can get through here. The water can get through right here, and the water can get through right up here and right through these seals and from the other side as well. So there's so many places the water can get through it. Even water can get through from these connectors, believe it or not. Sometimes when we open these units, there are sign of moisture inside. This is why it breaks. Okay, this is a common issue on Ford F-150s and some other vehicles as well. As you can see, this vehicle was a lot in water in this area, so it got a lot of rust. I believe it came from here. We haven't opened this one yet, but that's pretty much where the water gets in. Basically, in this situation, you need to replace this entire part. This is one part. It calls a rack and pinion for F-150. This is the electronic control unit. As you can see here, this is your connectors. There are two of them connected to the main computer right here, which controls the move through the motor and when you're turning the wheel left or right. Okay, in this situation, the vehicle was not responding at all. Basically, the entire wheel was very hard to move left or right. However, the problem began when a vehicle was hard to move left. It was easy to move right, but the left turn was very difficult, and it would start getting harder and harder. And then, like a day or two, it stopped working. And then, while the vehicle was in motion, it completely just went straight. Basically, it's very difficult to turn around, and you just have to stop. And God forbid this happen while you're on freeway, and that might cause a huge problem if you had to take an exit or something. But it just locks up on you. Okay, so that's the common problem. Ford does not have any recalls on this. I already checked it, but there are a lot of complaints about this part. We'll see what Ford comes up with in the future, but this control unit is stop responding, and this you have to be careful. As soon as you feel that your wheel is not turning left or right easily, you have to have a mechanic to check. There is another thing I wanted to mention. When you replace this unit right here, this entire part, what you want to do is you want to first option is basically, of course, it's a dealership where they can program your computer right here, which keeps the information on the vehicle settings. The other option is aftermarket part, which in this situation we are going to use. Purchased at store in AutoZone, and they have it pretty much every auto parts store. Aftermarket parts come with a USB or preloaded on OBD port. It's the program that's gonna tell your main computer how to run this guy right here. It basically copies and then switches to the new part you installed, but it needs to be programmed. Okay, this is not like a part you can, like an alternator you can buy and put it on and start work again. You need to program this one, otherwise it is not gonna work. It's gonna be same. You can just plug in. Okay, So that's the part you guys want to replace if you're having a very hard time turning a steering. In these models, they don't have a steering fluid. That's how you know it's an electronic control. This module right here. This truck does not have no steering fluid reservoir, nothing. So that's how you know it's an electronic control. Electronic controls are really good for vehicles. They're using less force while you turn. Your ride is smoother and all that. But as you can see, this is about $1,000 part that can go wrong, and you wanna get it fixed. I mean, you cannot drive the car if it happens. All right. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope this video helped you out to solve the problem that you have.